Alright, what is up guys? JaretCampisi. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a special video because I've got one of my dream cars, a 2018 Audi R8 V10 Spyder, and we're going to be taking it out for a drive. So you're not going to want to miss this one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, so as I mentioned, 2018 Audi R8 V10 Spyder. God, it's such a gorgeous car.
The doors open upward.
I wish they did.
Oh my gosh.
No, they don't. But, you know, we were talking about it before. We were thinking about getting into some car stuff. And so we were looking at cars to maybe buy and bring to the channel and just to switch things up. And because we wanted something we could do together, and Christina hasn't been really riding as much anymore. And so, you know, I miss being able to film videos together. So this is a convertible version. The one thing that's unfortunate about the convertible is you don't actually get to see the motor, which is in here. And actually the normal one, you can even open up the engine bay there and you can see it. In this one, you can open this up, but you just see like literally nothing. So it's kind of a bummer. But I think for Southern California, we definitely need to have a convertible. You want to pop the trunk there, teens, or the front trunk? The other thing that we need to be able to do is we need to be able to at least fit a couple of bags in here if we do weekend trips, getaways down the coast or up the coast, whatever. In here we've got a book bag right now and Teen's little duffel bag, and I think we could maybe fit like a duffel bag across the front, but definitely couldn't put a suitcase in there, which isn't a huge deal, but that would make it tough for any like longer than a weekend trip, you know?
I actually can't even fit in this, unfortunately.
Were you gonna try to?
In the trunk, I was going to try.
No, we can't. But I mean, looks wise, I think this is one of the coolest looking supercars around. It's a little bit more classic, understated. Hasn't been updated a lot. I think this is the second iteration since it came out. I will say, if you close the door there, teens, one thing that I loved about the original was the side blade, and when you do the convertible, you don't get the side blade up here and up here, and actually now they split them. It used to go all the way up the side, and I thought that looked awesome, so now you just get this little part down here. If I was gonna buy a white one, I would definitely want that to be carbon, and I'd want the wheels to be black, and I would do some other things as well. But yeah, I'm already specking it out. But why don't you get in, teens, and start it up for him, let him hear what it sounds like.
I want to show him the dash.
So the dash is pretty awesome, and one of the reasons why I really like this car, it's one of the few that has a full digital dash all the way across the screen, which is beautiful. Yeah, which is awesome. You've got your start, drive mode, select buttons there, your start stop button right there. You can actually do everything right on the steering wheel, which is really cool. What are they called? Climate control stuff is just floating there, which is really cool. And then it's just super easy to use. Key, everything like that. So yeah, it's a nice, classy interior. It doesn't look super exotic, but it's good enough, right? You want to start it up for him? Sure. Look at your hair from driving this thing around. It's hilarious.
Whatever.
Give us a start. So V10, naturally aspirated, 530 horsepower. Let's hear what it sounds like. So, it wasn't a cold start, it was already warmed up. But you want to give us a rev or two, teens?
Do I?
Do I? Wow. Holy shit balls. So, woo! I will say, I don't think it sounds as good as the Jaguar, the V8 supercharged Jaguar. That for some reason sounded insane. It might have had a sport exhaust on it. I think this one's bone stock, but it still sounds freaking amazing. And that's one cool thing about the convertible. When you have the top down, you're always going to hear that engine.
You have to drive it and see what it sounds like as you're shifting through gears.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm gonna get in the car here. We'll give you guys a little impression of the interior, and then we'll roll out. For reference, I'm 5'10", like 175, 180 pounds. Actually, yeah, I have plenty of space here. Did you move it all the way back already?
I did, yeah.
Okay. The seats seats are comfortable. They're not like sport bucket seats. They're like actually normal seats you can use. So actually it feels pretty good.
Looking good.
So look at in here. This thing is, yeah, you guys see us cruising around in this bad boy?
Look at that.
Make some good content in this, right?
Okay, well, Jaret.
That sounds
All
sick.
right.
Get in here, let's drive this bad boy. So with a lot of supercars, they have like weird ways of like putting it into gear and things like that. Like the Lamborghini we sat in, it was like a weird place. Actually, I think all we did was touch the paddle shifter. But in here, and they have something cool, which is basically just, it's like a normal thing you would see in a car. Yeah, so basically you push it in, pull it down, and you're in drive. Obviously, there's a bunch of different modes. So if I go into drive select, you can see that there's individual, which is you can tune different things. There's comfort mode, which would be like if you're just chilling or whatever. There's auto, which I honestly don't know what that does. It probably picks the best driving for you, the way you're driving, the conditions. And then there's dynamic, which is what I'm gonna put it in. You can hear the exhaust change.
Yeah,
actually.
changing.
So there's also, if you touch this, there's D1, which I think is like normal drive, and then there's S, which I think is sport. And so I'm gonna leave it in sport mode right now. We'll start off in automatic, and then actually if you wanna go in manual, all you do is just touch the paddle shifter, and now it's in manual 1, and it tells you the gears and everything like that. And if you wanna go back, you just press the shifter down there, which is pretty cool. It's easy to use, and actually
it's a lot easier than the Jaguar.
Yeah, the Jaguar was super
Jaguar
weird.
was
You had to,
very
like, press
confusing.
something halfway in and all this other shit. Anyway, all right. So first time driving an Audi R8. Like I said, one of my dream cars for a very long time. I'm in automatic mode right now, sport mode, which I believe is full power and everything like that. Good God. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into manual. There we go. And let's do a little pull here.
Hold on. Let me get in this shot.
Ready?
Sorry, this is like all over the place. Oh my God!
Holy shit!
Oh,
Listen to that!
okay.
Wow!
All right.
Listen to this popping! Okay.
All right, this
Wow.
is not how I test drove on my channel.
You come to Papa Jaret's channel for the good
That
footage.
felt like a
Holy
roller coaster.
shit. So let
That
me say-
literally felt like a roller coaster, guys.
Let me say this, compared to the Jaguar, which is the last one that we test drove, the Jaguar was a V8 supercharged rear wheel drive car, front engine. This is a mid-engine, naturally aspirated V10, and it has all-wheel drive. So it doesn't feel quite as violent, but you get a lot more precision. So this is made to go much faster in a straight line. I think it does 0 to 60 in like 3.2 seconds. And let me tell you, you can tell.
Okay, there's a turn.
Let's check those brakes.
Yeah, there's a turn, there's a turn. Don't kill me. This isn't worth it. Oh my gosh, Jaret.
Sorry, scared the shit out of that biker.
You're gonna scare everyone.
You gotta test drive the car and know if you like it, you know?
Oh man, I don't want to do this with them anymore.
Crazy. Dude, the handling on this thing, holy shit. The car stays so planted, and yet it's not like violent, right? Like, are you comfortable, teens?
I'm very comfortable,
Yeah,
yes.
it's
I have
not
a lot
bad
of
at all.
leg room.
There's
on
like no
the passenger
body
side
roll
for me.
at all. Dude, oh my God.
You're definitely testing out this car
Dude,
more than I did.
The steering is so precise. Wow. Dude, those pops.
Holy moly.
This thing is nice, man. So this has a Bang & Olufsen stereo. Let's test it out a little bit, see how it sounds. Sounds nice. Damn, that's good bass. Trebles nuts. Sounds really nice. And the cool thing about this car is if you want, you can just put it back into drive, into automatic mode. Now it's totally chill, and if I wanted to go even more chill, I could just throw it over into comfort mode. Boom, loosens up the suspension, actually makes the steering a little bit more chill, and now it's just like an everyday car to drive around in, right? I mean, you can go get groceries in this thing, you can do whatever you want. I do wish I had a little bit more room. I do feel a little bit close in here. Leg-wise, I'm okay. But up here on my upper body, I like to sit back a little bit more, and I almost like am seeing the top of this. So actually, did you move the seat up, teams? Let me see if I can drop it down. Okay, yeah, there we go. So I can drop it down a little bit. That makes me
I'm a little short, so I have to raise it basically as high as it goes, otherwise I can't see the road.
How's your comfort level in the passenger seat?
It's great. I have a lot of leg room, as you can see. I'm only 5'4", so I'm very tiny. I can fit anywhere but the trunk in this car, surprisingly. Or the frunk, I should say. So this is actually very nice. It's very comfortable.
I love this dash. I love the digital dash. Every car should have a dash like this.
Yeah.
It looks so good. And you can actually put the navigation on the full entire dash. It'll take up the whole dash, which is awesome. And this is actually touchscreen. So when you're doing navigation, see this, team? Just point down here. So you can actually draw in, like if you're going like whatever, California, you can type it in and it literally types on there. And if you want to backspace, you just erase like this, swiping back. So like it's actually a navigation system you could use instead of your phone.
I did not know that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's crazy. One thing I noticed, I popped it back into dynamic mode and sport. It's on sport mode but automatic mode. We're driving up the 154 here towards San Ynez, and obviously the suspension's a lot stiffer now, and the handling actually is way more like tight, and obviously the throttle response too. So it is crazy how much of a difference those modes make, and it does make this kind of like an everyday supercar because you can just toss it into those modes and it's really comfortable. Those shifts are lightning fast, and I'll tell you that's a really big difference when you have the dual clutch system. The Jaguar shifts were like really abrupt and jerky, and it was actually kind of fun, but it was not that precise at all. These are like lightning fast. As soon as you press it, it shifts. Oh my God, that was an automatic mode too. Dude, the handling on this thing is really impressive. I think because of the all-wheel drive and the chassis, it shares the same engine and chassis as the Lamborghini Huracan. So it's a pretty impressive car. But it's so flat when you go through turns. It just like stays on the road. It's so weird. It's such a weird sensation. It's really impressive. So one thing I wanted to show was the navigation. So you can, obviously there's no screen on the right hand side, it's just all built into your dash. So your navigation is right there, and then look at this. You can make it the entire screen, and it literally shows you the direction you're facing. So like this is the road that we're just about to get on. You can see like Hope Ranch and Santa Barbara and everything. That's really cool for going on trips and stuff like that. So the other thing I wanted to see was like highway speeds. How does it feel cruising with the convertible down and all that kind of stuff? Actually, I guess I could even put my window up, but I'm not getting a lot of air. Are you, teens?
No, not much.
It's not bad at all. And I mean, it's only like 68 degrees outside today, and I'm not cold, I'm not hot. I feel actually really good. So I think this is a car you could definitely not tour in, but go on trips, long weekend trips, use every day, stuff like that. I'll tell you though, like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think I had more fun in the Jaguar. I don't know why, because obviously it's not even close to the caliber of this car, but at the end of the day, we want something that's fun to drive, and that's what we're looking for, something that puts a smile on our face. It definitely looks better, I think it looks cooler, but as far as the drive goes, the Jaguar just felt more raw, more visceral, and just a little bit more fun. So I don't know why I feel that way. This almost feels like too good, like too perfect. I had a similar issue when I drove the BMW S1000RR. Like Germans have a habit of doing that, making stuff that's so good and so precise that it almost doesn't feel like it has a soul and it has like exotic presence and all that. But it is funny, like people pull up next to us and like look at it and pull their phones out and take pictures and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're buying this car for ourselves, not for other people. So I don't know, man. I gotta try some Italian exotics. I wanna try the Lamborghini and I wanna try the Ferraris and see what we think. Cause you know me, I'm a Ducati boy. I love that soul, that passion, that little extra something. And I don't know if this has it. So there you go, guys. That's my first drive and review of the 2018 Audi R8 V10 Spyder. I'm gonna be completely honest. Obviously it's an amazing car. It's absolutely stunning to look at. It's fun to drive, but it does everything so well, and the all-wheel drive system works so well. There's no thrills, there's no like hiccups, there's no like, I don't know, it feels just a little bit soulless, I guess, maybe? I don't know if I'm crazy or what, Obviously, once you're going fast, it's really fun and thrilling, but at normal everyday speeds, when you just want to step on the gas, impress your friends, or like make the car loud and popping and all that, it's kind of, it doesn't really do that at low speed. So I don't know, maybe I need more time with it or whatever, but personally, I love the look of this car. It'll always be like one of my favorite looking cars, but I'm not sure if I would buy one. So I don't know, I gotta test drive some other stuff. Right now, I think I had more fun in the Jaguar. Don't hate me. Teens, do you agree?
I actually do agree.
Teens agrees. Okay.
I do.
Obviously, I know it's not as good of a car, but like I said, we're not professional racers.
After like a day of driving in this and riding in it, it's kind of, I'm bored of it now.
It feels like a normal car.
Yeah. Almost.
It's like, it's
Which is sad because that's not what I wanted
We want
out of this.
exotic, fun, thrilling. So I don't know, there you go. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the car. Let us know what you want to see us test drive next. And actually, I got an awesome video coming up, this versus the Xdiavel. Teens is going to be driving, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe if you like what we're doing here. We got all kinds of awesome content coming. We're going to be traveling, we're going to be taking out cars, motorcycles. It's going to be epic. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did, and we'll see you in the next one.